Hey there. Hello everyone, hello friends. I am back with a brand new video for you guys. Now, you might have noticed, and if you're original on this channel, which about 32 of you are, you would know that I'm a big fan of Teddy Fresh. I've been a fan ever since they came out. I remember when they announced it, I was like, oh, buckaroo, let's go. Since being a fan of Teddy Fresh, I was employed with Lululemon as a alterations specialist slash seamstress, which makes me a little bit of a quality expert. It was very important for me to not have threads hanging out, to have seams to be crisp, pristine. They would never roll the way that we would alter them. It was supposed to be just as beautiful as it came out of the factory. And that is important to me with the clothing that I wear now. I don't often buy clothes new. The only clothes that I buy new is like kind of like my streetwear brands that I'm kind of true to, which is Teddy Fresh. And the rest of them is mostly thrifted. Like the shorts that I'm wearing is a pair of jeans that I had when I was young, like in high school or whatever. Oh man, isn't this an outfit? I got the holes in the knees and I just like turned them into shorts. And so now they get to be my shorts for today. So I guess you can say I'm passionate about quality, design. So today I'm gonna do a little bit of a review because I noticed a few things, to be honest, that isn't quite like Teddy Fresh for me to notice, and also talk about a few of the designs that I really liked in the last Care Bear Teddy Fresh collaboration drop, because oh my god, this is so cute. Oh, my brother's ride's here. Okay, let's start off with kind of like the three designs that I really liked from Teddy Fresh in this last collaboration. They had a lot, like they actually made their first female-driven like cut shirt. Most of the time it's a unisex thing they have going on, which I love, but it's really cool to see their first like female cut. Can't find my words today. It was this really cool turtleneck cropped with like long sleeves that seemed to be made out of a thinner fabric. Damn, my bangs just isn't working with me today. Better? Question mark? That didn't make my top 3 though. Obviously this was one of my first choices. They don't usually show you everything in up close view until the day that they actually drop it, which is something that kind of perturbs me because I like to know what I'm gonna get when I go in there, because it does go sold out within 10 minutes. So then you have to get in there, get what you want, and then get out, because like they had trouble with shipping with some of their international stuff, unfortunately. So then they're gonna have another drop, and then I'll get the other thing that I wanted. That's if I get a nice tax return. All right, I'm not a hoodie person, to be completely honest with you. I like a good cardigan, a nice coat, a nice jacket, but I only own 2 hoodies. I was kind of more of a hoodie person in high school, kind of grown out of it, and the hoodies that I do wear is for work purposes only, and I work with animals, so like, that's kind of the thing that I rough and tumble in. That's what hoodies are for me. Like, if I want to be warm in my house, I get my house coat, my robe. Like, out of my 3 favorite choices, 2 of them would have been hoodies, and I would have wore them religiously. But obviously my first choice was this t-shirt. I just think it falls really nicely. I kind of like the flowy, like cotton fabric, and the applique is really nice. It's just an iron-on. It was, I think, the cheapest t-shirt, so like, you know, when you get something that's cheaper, you expect, like, you know, not as much work put into it, but we'll get into that later. So definitely my first choice, and I got my first choice, and I'm really excited about it. I think it looks great. I love this t-shirt very much. My second favorite is their like head in the clouds looking pastel hoodie with all the bears and the rainbows all put around. They also had a black and purple one. I love how Teddy Fresh does that. They'd be like, if you're not into the pastel, you could be into this. And I think that's really cool looking, and that would have been a hoodie that I'd wear often. Maybe not as often as the next hoodie that I would have picked, but I think that the design was just so pretty, so nostalgic looking, and I'm just here for it. I'm trying to get my hands on it, you know what I'm saying? And my third favorite was their standard hoodie, all black, with the Teddy Fresh teddy bear in the rainbow with the Care Bear. I believe it's, I want to say that's Sunshine? No, not, it's like something flower bear sharing. I forget which bear it was. Anyway, I'd get it in black, which isn't totally my type, but I love the boom print of how like pastel the print looks on the black compared to the pink and white one. So I'd definitely get it in black, and I'd hope that the quality of those 2 hoodies are better than the socks and the t-shirt that I'm wearing. So let's get into it. Okay everyone, so as I said before, I'm a little bit, I guess, a quality expert, you could say. I think it's important when you're designing a shirt and designing clothes, the fabric that you consider, how the fabric reacts to certain appliques, what thread you're using, what the fabric reacts to certain embroidery, your elastic. I find that very important, and I'm also seeing that some of the things that the Teddy Fresh garments are made in are also made in different places, to where I've noticed that Teddy Fresh is often made in China, to where this t-shirt is made in, it wasn't made in China like it usually is, and this is made in Honduras, which isn't from what I understand, what they usually do. I have always noticed that it is made in China and their socks are made in Korea. So these are from 2 different factories, which I immediately noticed because let's get into this quality. Usually they don't do an iron on. Like, this is just press, you're done. This was only a $30 to $35 t-shirt, so then this is kind of what you would expect. It just feels a little funny. I don't know, just like, I'm not quite used to this on a Teddy Fresh shirt. But let's talk about some of like the quality details that I found that was a little not rad on both the socks and the shirt. I noticed that obviously the factories are made in different places, so then thus you'd assume that these things aren't made exactly the same. Just Teddy Fresh is better than this, and I think that they need to like, you know, they test the waters. Sometimes they see what's good, what's bad. I understand that, but then also when it comes to quality, I feel like whenever you're putting out product, these basic things should always be met. And those things is that your seam should always be over the hemline, which is that means that no fabric should be peeking over your thread, and I'll show you that in a minute. And your appliques and your threads should always be cut, which means there shouldn't be any extra thread there, because if I were to pull on that, if I wasn't a professional, I could pull on a down seam and then take the whole bottom seam out, and then I have a shirt without a hem in it, which shouldn't happen, because whenever a seamstress finishes off her work, they're supposed to turn it over, pull on the top looper string, cut it, which makes it knot up, and then it won't come undone, which is super important when you're a seamstress. And unfortunately I didn't see that in the quality here today, and I'll show you that right now. As you can see, the thread isn't over this fabric here, which means that this fabric can fray a lot easier, and then this hem can come undone. You should never see your fabric come over your t-shirt if you have a high quality t-shirt. And this is supposed to be a very high quality brand and t-shirt. This is like, you know, this is Teddy Fresh. I'm not buying from Shein, you know what I'm saying? And this is work that I would have expected from Shein. And not only did I see this, but then as you can see here, the hem is not finished. And it's not finished appropriately. As you can see, the tracks of the thread did not completely meet each other here. You can see 2 different tracks. They did not run over the thread properly with this. And you can also see that they never, you see how that bunches up like that? If I were to continue doing that, I could undo the entire looper. Thankfully I have a machine here and I can fix that myself, but then because they didn't run over the threading appropriately, now the entire seam can come undone. Whenever you go over the beginning thread with the ending thread with the stitch, that knots off your seam, which makes it a finished product. This isn't a finished product. This could be nitpicking, I understand that, but then as someone who understands quality, this needs to be addressed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to add Teddy Fresh. I'm just saying is that I know them better than this, and they need to, I would say, don't work with this factory anymore, because I'm sure the prototype came out a lot better, and that's probably what Ela saw and her team saw, and then the people who made this obviously didn't do a very good job. Well, let's get back into better lighting, shall we? Like this video and subscribe. Okay, bye-bye. Of course, despite my criticism of the t-shirt, of course I'm still gonna wear it. I love this t-shirt. Just because like threads are not where they're supposed to be doesn't mean I'm not gonna wear the shirt. Will the shirt last me as long? Probably not. Is the quality as good? Absolutely not. But it's still an absolutely adorable shirt. I love it to death, and I'm gonna wear it until it doesn't serve me any much, or it's whenever I decide to cut it up and turn it into a crop top or something else. So let's get to these socks, shall we? Okie dokie. So here we have these adorable socks that I bought in a 3-pack. These socks are huge, by the way. They're an all size fits all, which is, I don't really mind. It does come up onto my heel a little bit funky because it is an all size fits all. I do have a bigger foot. I wear a size 8.5, 9 in women's. This will probably fit a man with size 12s, size 13s. It's super stretchy. It has a really cool support in 3 spots, which is the toe, the middle of the sock there where you, your arch, and then your heel. And honestly, I wore these to work today just because I wanted, you know, I had to put them on my feet. I slept with another pair on, don't at me. My feet get cold. I live in Pennsylvania and we got like 2 feet of snow. All these blankets don't keep me warm, let me tell you something about it. Anyway, must say, these socks are comfortable, but when it comes to looks, it's another thing. So if you notice on this sock, it has an embroidered teddy bear right here that says Care Bears. Very cute. It's Grumpy Beal. But you can see that the embroidery is interrupting the elastic, which is like fine how physics work when it comes to elastic. It's just, it does pucker a little bit there. It just looks a little funny, but then also at the same time, that's not avoidable. Something that I have a little bit of a problem with is on my socks that I'm wearing right now. Let's see if I can just take them off and show you. So here we go. It's puckering a little bit here, but then also they didn't finish the threads off here. And if I was just pulling on it, they also didn't finish the color on this either. Oh wait. So then as you can see, the color isn't finished here and it kind of bleeds into the bear a little bit, which I don't really like that. I still love it. It's still cute. I mean, like, I'm not trying to at anybody. I just want to give constructive criticism coming out. Am I being nitpicky? I don't want to be nitpicky. I know what I'm talking about and I want to share it. I want Teddy Fresh to always be a high quality brand and I love them to pieces, and they need to know that there is threads coming out, and when threads come out, that means that your applique isn't as good and you need to fire someone or, like, you know, have a meeting with them. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. There's threads. Take care of it. Teddy Fresh. Get my sock back on. Gotta pick up my friend. I'm gonna take her to a doctor's appointment. Also, when I pull the sock up to the appropriate place on my leg, it could be because my legs are fat, but then the applique kind of stretches out a little bit, and then it just looks a little funny. And it's so, I always have to like pull them down so then it has more of like a wrinkled effect instead of like a pulled up sock effect to where you see the applique, to where, because it looks a little, the elastic just looks a little too stressed out whenever you do that, and it's not, I don't want to look like my legs are too fat to where I'm wearing socks that are too small for me, but that's not the case. This size can fit a gentleman with very large feet or a person with very large feet, and I don't want that. So those are just a few things that I noticed about the latest Teddy Fresh drop. I still love this t-shirt. I love my socks. These are two very comfortable pieces. I don't think they're gonna last me as long as my SpongeBob collaboration or my actual Teddy Fresh pieces. Just something to note, something that I noticed. I don't know if it's really that big of a deal. I'm just here to talk about it. I love Teddy Fresh very much. I believe in Teddy Fresh. Sometimes you just have a blurb in, like, you know, production, and that's fine, but I want good stuff from you guys, and, like, you know, I don't want you to be you guys are very good. Very good. Anyway, that's all I gotta say today. But alright everyone, that's all I got for you today. Please like this video if you did. Don't if you didn't. Subscribe to me. You'll get more of me. Alright everyone, I really appreciate you clicking on my video today. Please have a wonderful day and be safe out there. Alright everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye. Mwah. Love my Teddy Fresh. Alright, whenever, stop barking at him. My mom likes to bark at my sister's dog over FaceTime, and so then sometimes I'll be making these videos and then she'll be like, bark! Bark! And I'm like, please stop barking. It's still fun.